set him up from an OD, which would be classic. It's Lina, so both heroes kind of want the setup. So I think Bovaka has to do a really good job here to find major impact on the Mirana early on. Slot as a level 1 spell, it's 110 physical damage and obviously positions you right on top of the hero, so packs quite the punch. These heroes in the dire safe lane, both 3 armor only.
Got the glimpse back on
good damage.
Success, but why? He's the one taking the brunt of the damage right now. Swashbuckle blocks him as well, and why? He does use his health salve and lives, but it gets instantly canceled. So but Monet off to a pretty good start, 15-6 in the CS, and you can see in the mid lane, 17-3 for the Lina on Ori, as nothing to say. Pretty close with 15-2, so kind of what we expected, a wash overall. But back to the original conversation with how much roaming potential each side has in terms of the ganking is. Why? Swashbuckle, and that ends up being first blood, going the way of XXS.
Opting to currently eye up. Wait, what is he buying with this?
LSA connects, but glimpse back. Ori taking a lot of damage. TP is coming in from Baboka, but the last right click is enough from Y. So big kill for LGD here in the mid lane.
Yep. Great way of taking advantage of dying there.
He will die to Siamese Cat.
See, so here's the thing. He got the passive block there.
Oh wow.
Yep, that's a factor we didn't consider. Willie, he was going to block
when you
some crowd
say we, you mean you. You did not.
You did not consider it either.
Faith_Beyond getting kited a bit more now by Monet.
Good damage. He might actually kill him here.
Yeah, he could. Multi-shot is there, and that's going to be enough. TP is coming in now.
That's what you asked, right?
Jin Q onslaught. Oh, gets gusted. Immediate cancellation. That would have been option D. They killed both of them, and they split it.
All right, so every prediction we had was actually wrong.
That is correct.
It's not even
Ori, he's going to get glimpsed back, but
nice disrupt on the chains.
Searing chains, not available here, but Ori will drop nonetheless. There's nothing to say with the sleight of fist.
Oh, and he's even going to get a regen rune.
Yeah, that is very interesting. As Ame, we can see, is just going to have to watch that tier 1 tower fall.
Such an early tower. They didn't have a siege creep remaining either. There's just no resources for LGD to hold on to this.
Now we got the searing chains. Ori's in a lot of trouble, and there's the trample onslaught combo as Jin Q able to help finish off the Lina. Laguna Blade was used, but not to much avail. Bought the space for Faith_Beyond to take the tier 1 tower. It was a slow one, but essentially soloed it.
All right.
He said the Vanguard now online is Monet. He's going to get gone on here with the tricks of the trade from Ame. Kinetic Field's going to keep him in place. All he can really do is multi-shot, but gets the gust off. They have a little bit of vision, but ends up going away. As we're going to see a Laguna Blade used in the middle of the jungle here. That'll lead to a kill onto Jin Q.
Lane, that he needed it. I think now that we've seen the lane play out, didn't really feel necessary. I don't know.
Yeah, that is true. We're going to see the jump here onto Siamese Cat. Instant disruption as Jin Q looking on the sideline for the bigger kill on Monet. Pulverize is there. They're going to be able to get the support right off the bat. The trample comes in. I think the gust actually missed here from Monet. He's going to get glimpsed back, and that is going to lead to a very valuable kill, although it goes to Y.
First of all, they have a slight gold lead, and
yes, of course.
I don't think I think this Ricky got off to a very good start, and as we've talked about, pretty polarizing hero. But with the start that he had,
to Ame, Laguna Blade to follow, but
no backup.
The trade, yeah, the Moonlight Shadow giving cover for Ori, but allows him to initiate, but nobody to follow it up with. As Y taking a lot of damage in the meantime, the multi-shot is finishing him up from the high ground. There's the first rolling thunder of the game from XXS, but nothing to say with the Remnant in a way. Now Monet has to be careful, as there are familiars just completely surrounding him. Soul Assumption is there as well, and the last right click will do it. Now the Pulverize applied to XXS. All he can do, actually mitigates a lot of damage to that shield crash, but doesn't last as long as it used to. Not able to get the stun on the Faith_Beyond, but the Searing Chains is there. So 3 kills for PSG.LGD.
We're talking.
Okay, he's going to get glimpsed back. He is Moonlight Shadowed, but they have the vision, and they have the kill again as PSG.LGD looking extremely good at the moment. Sleight of Fist is going to connect onto 2 as the Moonlight Shadow is about to end here. Jin Q just posturing at the high ground.
I'm looking at the game state right now, and ASTER initiating into LGD's team, and I just find it so hard to find the path. They're going to try here.
Perks to start, but an instant static storm onto XXS, but is it going to be follow-up? Not really. It delays and perhaps just ends this engagement entirely.
The thing that's so tough is that if you don't have superior vision as the Dire, you're running in against slight chains out of fog, glimpse, Ricky, who could be anywhere.
Extremely good news as a Ricky because he hasn't been involved at all. So I feel like this is just going to get amplified now as he starts to actually show up in these fights. As Siamese Cat looks like he's got to self-disrupt.
Good arrow.
Sassy wants to go for the roll. Faking it out here a bit. There's nothing to say. Does finish off Siamese Cat with that last slide fist, but away he goes as PSG.LGD.
Oh, they got the
very confident. Big glimpse into the Static Storm and Pulverize. No chance for XXS as he does not have his shard. Obviously, that is going to be the big counter to that.
Dire's bottom tower.
And we'll see if PSG.LGD wants to try to go for real.
Yeah, if another carry also had done anything, being 5k up would be pretty good.
All right, I see your point. Thank you, Cinder.
You're welcome. It was a great question. Always here to help.
As we're going to see a big smoke now from PSG.LGD. Roche is at a half HP right now. They don't want to fight it, so they don't want to take it out quite yet because everybody from ASTER is up here on the high ground. But they're going to try to pounce onto Ori. He's going to run right into the familiars, but they're going to go for the D-Wards first instead. But there's the glimpse back. Instant stun. Here comes the Rolling Thunder from XXS. He's not really going to connect initially. He's nothing to say. Comes up with a big slight and the BKB proc. But Ori, he's going to return the favor with the BKB of his own. Kind of a weird engagement here as XXS now.
They have glimpse again in 2.
The other side. But no deaths out of that fight.
That was a very clever way that PSG engaged that, and also a good response from ASTER. So what LGD realizes, the one thing they need to not happen is that they get clumped up and get Pango rolled, and then the artillery just starts going to town with the Drow as well as Lina. So what they do is they poke and force out the Pango roll, and then they just disengage. And now that it's on cooldown,
no
they can
BKB, Ori, Soul Assumption is there, smoke screen as well, he's done. Monet gets a pretty good multi-shot, but this is going the way of PSG.LGD for sure. 2-0 to start it. And nothing to say is not done here quite yet. Gets the Searing Chains up, but the Disruption's going to delay this just for a little bit. Space Beyond continuing with his familiars, but Monet just ticking down ever so slowly. Another gust, but there's the Blink Strike from Ame. Double kill for him. Tricks of the trade, but Blink Strike back into the fray, and that's a 4th kill going the way of LGD, and this should be a free Roche as well. Ricky is owning.
Yeah. He got his defusal, he came online, and he's joining. And yeah, I mean, you're starting to see part of the reason, or maybe the whole reason, that Ricky was the choice here for LGD among a plethora of options that would have worked against this Dire lineup. They went for this one. And he's just, you could take it on.
But the voice line is so rare.
That's true. It is a good voice line.
Trying to walk away here. Onslaught. Oh, he does see him, but gets gusted. But the glimpse back, that was just enough. Into the Static Storm. Trample is level. Ori pops the BKB, gets the LSA to be able to cancel it. They do get the kill onto the Primal Beast. But there's a disruption to save Monet, but not for long enough. Down goes the Drow again. Demonic Person had nothing to say, and his Remnant's going to be really slow as a result, but he has the cover of his teammates. Shadow Demon dead. Ori basically out of mana, and that means they can now initiate, but the Moonlight Shadow giving him cover.
It's running out now.
From XXS. Nice blink onto 2 heroes. Here comes a nice Starstorm as well. Nothing to say. Gets stunned again. Do they have enough? They do. Big kill for ASTER. Need to get more out of this, though. Swashbuckle onto Y, but now they're going to control XXS as he is within arm's reach of the Ricky and the smoke screen. And down he goes. So it ends up being a 4 for 2, and the age is still intact.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Have invis from Jin Q, but Hurricane Pike back into the glimpse and the Static Storm as well, but I don't think nothing to say can go any further as the pressure is being applied onto Y. XXS wants to finish him off, and they will be able to do so. Nothing to say, has to pop the BKB now in retreat. By the way, I wanted to talk about Jin Q's build. He's going for Halberd on Primal.
You have a bigger responsibility to deal damage, but Jin Q's role in this game is more of a controlling nature than a killing one. So he's just going to charge in, mess up the fight, make space.
Oh, LSA connects. Laguna Blade as well. Static Storm just for defensive measure, but it's not enough. Nothing to say is dead. Does have the buyback. Not sure if he wants to use it in this engagement. It looks like they're going to lose their Primal Beast as well.
Okay.
Nice setup there by ASTER, baiting the rune.
That ward, value for them, getting that Ember kill, and the Primal Beast trying to help out. Gives them a little bit of a bonus kill, and that's also going to be a mid-tier 1 tower. The good news for them is Roche cannot be up yet, so LGD will not be losing that, but they lose quite a bit of ground. This is the start, but Siamese Cat's game is just that bad that he's not even close. He's going.
He's got the poor man's Force Staff, which is the Tumbler's toy, which gets deactivated when you take damage.
Yep.
Not so helpful, maybe. Q instantly silenced and deleted off the map.
Oh, they found Ame,
but he pops the BKB. But obviously, for the first BKB, not the type of usage that he would have wanted.
What is it with this game and LGD getting BKBs off with like no time before? I do think it needs to be level 2 before it's permanent.
I mean, that was mostly for the change, for the shard, right? When you're rolling Thunder and then you just shard on top of them.
Oh, speaking of which.
Yep, that's going to be the deletion of XXS. LGD want to fight immediately. Shadow Demon's going to get, well, nice disruption on self, so it's going to cancel the glimpse, but he still will have to cancel his own life, and this could lead to Roche.
ASTER just got a great comeback, and now they get caught off in the middle on their Pango, and this is just a free Roshan. I don't see what's stopping LGD from doing this well. They're going to de-ward first.
That ward looks pretty juicy.
Cover the area. AC on Visage should make this a lot easier, and you know, whenever Ricky is with any sort of teammates doing the Roche, he's actually not the worst Roche killer in the world, because you get backstab on every attack until Roche randomly decides to target you for some reason.
Yeah, it feels like Roche really hates Ricky. Yeah, that's for sure. Just like
the shard is going to go on Ricky.
Dart into
Meteor Hammer,
right?
yeah.
I don't think we're going to be seeing that, just going out.
Yeah, I don't think so here.
Oh, the Gust coming out. XXS gets the Blink Dagger off. Visage is taking a lot of damage. It's going to be enough to actually get beautiful rolls coming out from XXS. They take him out 2 for nothing to start this fight. But Ori, stuck inside of no man's land, he gets brought down to his knees. Buyback coming out of the Disruptor now, but look, the heroes from PSG.LGD are very low. They're going to lose the Aegis pretty much right off the bat as well. Now he's surrounded, pops the BKB, trying to focus down the Shadow Demon. The Disruption comes out, but nope, not going to be enough. Nothing to say with the Sleight of Fist. Double kill for Ame. So PSG.LGD, I mean, I don't even know who won that fight. There was a buyback coming out.
I don't know. Not sure if Axe is the best purchase.
Well, ASTER do have their first 4 staff now, outside of Monet, of course.
Don't have Moonlight, so are they going to be spotted here? There's Glimpse.
Yep, the Glimpse back. Monet, he's going to get disrupted, so it doesn't need to pop it, but the Mirana is going to die for her sins. Monet pops the BKB inside that Static Storm. There's nothing to say. He's getting melted inside. Gets off the Sleight of Fist and able to remnant away. And now Ame trying to focus on Monet, but has to reset. Buyback coming out of the Shadow Demon, as it looks like Jin Q falls to XXS. And the fight ends up resetting here. 6K lead for PSG.LGD. And in terms of the net worth swing, it's kind of even because of the buyback.
ASTER are doing a great...
The Ricky pick. And
I was paying attention to, like, okay, when he's farming jungle, is he getting a lot of value out of the Ring of Health if he didn't have it? I think he was full of health the whole time, basically, so might have been fine either way. Well, at the end of the day, the Ring of Health only costs half of what he paid, right? Because he gets the refund, so...
Very true.
XXS
gets off a nice rolling Thunder, trying to control the Disruptor. Only gets the 1 stun though, as Monet pops the BKB, but there's nothing to say. He's all alone here on the high ground. Gets off the Sleight of Fist, and the Remnant's able to buy enough distance to live. And a rolling Thunder continuing to go for XXS. Ame able to get the tricks of the trade off onto the low ground with the Blink Strike. They've lost their Primal Beast.
ASTER stands so strong in this position. This is like the dream spot to play Drow Shadow Demon. You have the hill. Shadow Demon gets to play Keep Away and took Disruptor out of the fight from the beginning.
Ori trying to delete the Disruptor. 1 right click away. They will find him. It looks like the force staff ends. The Shadow Demon gets to the Disruption just in time. And nothing to say melts. Ame gets the Blink Strike off. Make it 2 now as Faith Beyond kind of stuck. I believe he used the shard here to keep himself alive for the time being. That's going to set up a potential stun from the LSA. Now the right clicks come, and that should be more than enough damage for ASTER to eat through 2 cores for PSG.LGD. And the tier 2 tower will fall as well.
This game, minute 22, Gaben gave Radiant 88% chance of winning.
And then Ricky started fighting, and suddenly
he sold his Ring of Health, and it's been downhill ever since. We're down to...
Technically true.
67% chance now for ASTER. Man. Not that the graphs are gospel, but it is looking very good for them. Ember no buyback, Visage half a minute. ASTER going to try to squeeze as much out of this as they can. And this is what Drow lineups do when they win a team fight.
Indeed.
Bye-bye Barracks, 5-second push to kick both of those out after the tower falls. ASTER now.
Keep talking about it if you want, though. No problem.
Only 20 minutes and 30 seconds away from tier 5 neutral items, Shannon. Better prepare.
Oh, one of these days. I'm gonna get it.
It's nothing you want more in Dota.
That's true.
And for pro games to go 60 minutes so you can talk about your items.
That's right.
And I think in all the time we've cast together, it's happened once.
Moonlight Shadow. Faith Beyond.
Another good rolling Thunder.
LSC and the Laguna Blade. He's dead. No buyback at all as Ori, his right clicks are not something you can ignore. They are able to find the Mirana, though, so it's a 1-for-1. But again, much more value kill coming out from ASTER. And now Roche, they're going to see he's up. They scout it out.
Just another amazing Rolling Thunder from XXS, and that time around gets connected on a max duration arrow onto Ricky. Did not get force staffed by Faith Beyond out of that stun chain. And as we covered, no defensive tools really aside from that. Glimpse will send XXS away, but he's just playing zone control, getting that refresher. We've seen time and time again, he's been struggling to even get to play his hero. Maybe in the base, and with the Axe, they can, okay, they're gonna sleep into the Storm.
Yep, Static Storm is there. Blink Strike as well, the BKBs, but Disruption buys a lot of time, and he's A-okay as Ori, he's gonna get the instant kill onto Nothing to Say, who does not have buyback. And now they're going to turn this around onto the Primal Beast. This looks like the beginning of the end of game number 1 as ASTER have come back with a vengeance. They were down big time early, but ever since the Blink Dagger came from XXS, as the GGs come out, it was just one-sided. Just a crazy game.
Isn't it kind of ironic how we're talking about how Ricky either snowballs or gets crushed, and in this game he did both?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
He was